Cindy is a little girl who lived on the island of Sodor. She lived with her family on a farm near the main line, and what she loved more than anything was watching all of the trains go by. She would stop and stare for hours. It often got her into a bit of trouble, especially when she would lose track of time and be late for school. Her brother never understood. "They're only trains, what's so special? How do you never get bored?" But Cindy never listened. Every day she would go by the fence and wave as engines would pass. She would take photographs of the countryside and the engines traveling down the line. But one day there was bad news. "The harvest this year has been dreadful. The soil's all dried up. Nothing's growing like it should. At this rate, we'll have to sell the farm before the season is out." "But where would we go?" Cindy said. "Don't worry, sweetie, I'll figure it all out. Everything'll be okay." Cindy was upset. She didn't want to move. How would she be able to see all the engines? One day, her family went to the station to catch a train to Tidmouth. Very soon, Edward arrived at the station. Cindy hadn't been this close to an engine in quite some time. She asked her father, "May I go say hello?" "Of course, but be quick. I'll be right here if you need me." Cindy approached Edward as he was catching his breath preparing to start again. "Hello, I'm Cindy. What's your name?" "Why, hello there, Cindy. My name is Edward. It's nice to meet you. Where are you off to today?" "All the way to the big station at the end of the line. But I wish we didn't have to go. I love watching all the trains pass by my house every day. My dad has an important meeting, and we might have to move, and if we do, I won't be able to see any of you again." "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Cindy," said Edward. "I do hope everything turns out fine. I'm sure it will." "You really think so?" "Of course. Change can be scary, but it isn't all bad. Everything will be okay." Then the conductor blew his whistle. "Oh dear, time to go. It was nice chatting with you. We've got a nice run ahead of us. I'm sure you'll enjoy it." Cindy thanked Edward and ran into the coach. Edward started off down the line, and Cindy kept thinking about what Edward had said. A few days later, Cindy was back in her usual spot when she saw Edward pulling a goods train. Cindy noticed something was wrong. Edward was slowing down. He sputtered to a stop right by Cindy's fence. Edward's driver and fireman assessed the situation. "Edward's safety valve is burst," said his driver. "We must contact the nearest signal box. The express is due soon," said the fireman. "But where will we find a phone all the way out here?" "I have a phone at my house. I'm sure Mother will let you use it." "Fantastic," said the fireman. "Charlie, go call the signalman. I'll stay with our engine." Then Cindy and Edward's driver hurried back to the house, where the driver was able to call the signal box to set the signal to danger. "Your quick thinking helped prevent an accident. We're all very grateful." Edward's driver was about to head back when Cindy remembered. She brought out a picture she had taken of Edward. "Could you give this to Edward? I took it myself. I hope it can cheer him up like he cheered me up the other day. I hope he'll be okay." "Of course. All he needs is a trip to the works and he'll be good as new." Later, after they had cleared the line, Cindy's father returned home with papers in his hand. "I have excellent news. I've sold the land and used the money to buy us a new home near the big station." Cindy was delighted. She couldn't believe it. There was so much more to see at the big station. Now Cindy could watch the engines right from her bedroom window. Edward was right after all. Change can be scary, but everything will work out in the end.